There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with gas, baby. Let's get it going. Alrighty. All right. Hello. I hope you guys are doing well out there. Sorry, we started a couple minutes late. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, had some things get moved around that I was not fully prepared for, but we are about to get things rolling. So if you've seen in some of my social media posts, kind of what we're gonna be focusing on tonight, it's gonna be super straightforward, super simple. Nothing too crazy, nothing too uberly complex or anything like that. But we are going to be continuing to work on our Blenderz Barbershop promo edit that we started on Monday. And we're going to kind of, I wouldn't say it's probably still won't be done by the end of this, but we're gonna be a lot more close, a lot closer to being where we want to be, as far as when it comes down to a finished product. So, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this thing because I'm super excited about it. I'm excited to share with you guys, kind of what I cooked up so far with the edit. So, we are going to get things going, but first, before we dive into kind of where we're at with the particular edit and going into too much regarding sound design and all that, I want to show you guys a couple videos, and then we're going to talk about why sound design is important. So this first little clip that I'm going to play is something that I found on YouTube. And two, also I'm gonna also talk to you guys as well about like kind of why I wanted to do this, why sound is important, and all of that. But without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and play these couple clips really quick, and then we're gonna kind of start to get into the meat of things, and we'll see what we'll go from there. So something that's really important, like when you're watching this clip, I'm gonna talk over too much. Just pay attention how and when they bring certain sounds. All right, so obviously this is extremely dope. But the neat thing that I really like about this is there's really nothing uber complex or uber fancy about any of these particular clips that were edited and kind of put together. It looks like just a standard mashup of really a bunch of different clips. To be honest with you, there's nothing crazy or super overboard with the camera movements or anything like that. But one thing I do definitely want to point out is when and how they use particular sounds to further tell the story of the edit. Um, One being, which I thought was really dope. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I'll start with this. Like how you have the movement and the pacing and everything of the sound to this hard pause right here. And then with the ding as the light turns, that's something that's going to further enhance your viewers as they're watching, your film. It gives them kind of like another layer of emotion, in the actual edit. And then another one that I wanted to point out, which I thought was really dope, was this horse one here. I thought was really sweet. For one, another thing too with the sound, if you guys pay attention to how they sequence their edits to match how they were building and sequencing the sound, or if they did the sound around the edit, however they did that. But how you have this clip here, you have a fast moving clip, looks like it's a car, to the lady running, and pay attention to the sound that's going on. So after the ding, and then it's like go. And so all of that sound is rushing. You hear like rushing, you hear really high energy, um, sound, and it just makes you think as if you're going fast as you're watching the pace of the edit. But this is something that I thought was really neat here that they did. Pay really close attention to when the clip goes from a speed ramp. This is what this is here. It's going to go from like a high speed or normal speed, and then it slows down. But they also slow down, and you hear the heartbeat of the horse, or it could even be the jockey, the lady riding. But it just adds another level of emotion. It's like let's watch this again. So you hear the horse kind of neighing, and then you hear the hoof steps, some little bit of galloping, and then they added, because all of that's natural sound. Then I want to point out what they added was, which I thought was really dope. How they did this, they added a little bit of unnatural sound when that um, the speed change with the speed shift and that speed ramp. And I think that's dope because, and it sells and it doesn't take away from the edit because they're going from a natural sound with natural movement to unnatural movement with unnatural sound. And it kind of, it's a nice bridge of the two clips together. So watch. And this is my favorite part about this, is this part here. I think that's so dope because what that is right there is they did that speed ramp. That's a clock slowing down. And so it's almost to signify the viewers what's actually taking place or transpiring in the particular edit. Like motion, everything is slowing down for that second. And so as the you have that kind of slow down effect, then you hear the heartbeat of the horse and the jockey. And so it gives a really dope feel and just selling this particular edit. And then also just how they chose to zoom in on the edit as well as it's taking place. So once the speed ramp occurs and it slows down and it starts, you start hearing the clock and the horse, kind of the horse's heart beating. They zoom in on that clip right here, and it enhances the story. And then just even how they use the wood pan, like a whoosh to transition out of that clip into the next one, and it just follows the camera movement. And you have the fire, obviously, and so you guys get the kind of the overarching theme, and all of that is painted underneath or kind of on top of what the background music is, and it's really moody, really brooding, and it fits this particular edit. So not every edit you want to go and kind of be so intense with your sound design. It is really, you want it to fit the story. And so this is something for me. I'm kind of jumping into the why a little bit here, but your goal when telling or doing any kind of editing should always be to convey a story. So it's hard to convey a story if you don't know what the story is before going in and actually even filming, let alone trying to edit and create a story on the fly. Um, this is something that I've done. I spent a lot of time doing, just when trying to learn and get myself acclimated with editing and just the whole process, and kind of developing my process was, you just it's kind of trial by fire. You try things and see what works and what doesn't. And so I'm telling you what worked for me, until you can create that. That's, to me, how you create value with your edit, and you create value to what you bring as a videographer. Because if you don't have, most people don't know how to tell stories well. And so if you can combine your knowledge and skill set of knowing how to work and operate a camera with that ability to be able to paint and create and tell a story, and you're able to marry those two together, that's how you'll be able to be an effective high dollar videographer. Just because you're adding a new level of value to any of the clients that you have the potential of working with, because now it's not just about giving them, a bunch of clips of random footage, that doesn't necessarily make sense, but it's a story that you're giving them that's fine tuned and catered to what they do. And so that's the real reason why sound is so important to your edit, because you can utilize sound as another means of telling your story. So obviously we know we have the visuals. That's the first thing, one of the first things that we start with to work with in videography. So you know the visuals are going to play a big part in telling the story. But there's often two other things that should be considered more or thought about more when filming. One of them being obviously sound, and then the other is color. And so we won't go into color today. Um, we'll go and do some some learning on that with at a later date. But I want to continue down this path to sound, just because it is something that is extremely vital and extremely necessary, and could be extremely beneficial to your editing style, the way you edit and how you edit, and it can make or break you from your competition and kind of those around you. And so, without further ado or continuing to ramble too much, I want to go and show you guys this next clip. And so, also real quick, I want to make sure excuse me, I'm giving proper credit and direction, recognition to the creators out there. So this, like I mentioned, was just a clip that I found on YouTube and downloaded. The name of the clip in the video, it's called "Sound Design for Filmmaking Tutorial." So you can search that in YouTube and find that gentleman's video and check that out. It's a lot of good information in there. Um, and so it's a good place to start as well. But without any further ado, this next clip that we're going to play is from a very popular YouTuber named Daniel Schiffer. He is someone that I have followed like a lot and attempted a lot of his edits. And so this particular edit that I'm going to play is going to be a little more along the lines of what we're going to be working on next with the actual Blenderz Barbershop editing, kind of how we're going to kind of base our edit around. It's going to be closer to this, just because this is a little bit more product driven, and so you'll be able to see the story and just kind of how the feel of this particular edit goes. And we'll jump right into some things. But I want to play this again. This is by Daniel Schiffer, and the name of this particular video is "One Tip to Drastically Enhance Your Videos." All right, so that's it. So it's real quick, um, but it really straightforward to me. Couple things I wanted to point out about this particular video that I really liked that stood out to me is just the subtlety of the sounds that he used. That's probably one of my favorite things about the way that this gentleman edits, Daniel Schiffer. It's really subtle movements, subtle sounds, subtle camera movements that just draw you into the edit. You kind of get lost in what's going on. And so this story is pretty much this gentleman looks like he's getting a new skateboard. He's taking it out. He's customizing it. And so as you see, you hearing the plastic being cut, and you're hearing all of that as well as seeing it. So it adds more authenticity to what's actually taking place. Then he's tearing apart some stickers, and you're hearing a slow, really soft tear of the sticker from the paper, which is what we normally would hear, and just really subtle, and it's just barely over the music. And then he brings, even he continues this with the subtle sound effects, even with the placing of the sticker. And then you have some couple like, whooshes, just real subtle there. And then obviously the beat hits nice and hard and the music comes in. And then he still has this, like, listen, he has some subtle as the paper is rolling. So everything's just really subtle about, how he brings in his sound. So we're going to kind of model it, our edit after that. So without further ado, what we're going to do is going to go in and get started with things. And so I'll show you guys kind of where I'm at. We're going to go ahead and get rid of these clips here by selecting on delete. So I've already downloaded a bunch of sounds just that I'd like to use. So that's what we have over here. So all these are just different barber sounds. May not use all of them, may not use half of them, maybe only use a couple. So the second thing too that we're going to cover tonight is what we use in particular for our sound, and a lot of other really neat things. And hopefully you guys are able to see this, but this is Motion Array. It may not pop up. It's probably not going to pop up. That sucks. But motionarray.com is going to have a ton of assets and things like that. So sound effects, this is where I go for a lot of those sound effects, and you can pretty much download whatever fits. And so a lot of these sound effects and things like that we're going to be using today came from there. So getting started, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring our edit that we've already completed in, and we're going to play that, and we're going to start to build from there. And this is not a finished edit. This is a rough edit. I'm going to plan to do some additional tweaking. I haven't decided how I want everything to come in and all that just yet. So what you guys are seeing is definitely not the finished version, um, but it's going to be a great base to build on, far as like our sound and kind of getting closer to that finished product. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and play this through real quick so we can see what we have and what we're going to do. All right, so that's the edit. So I think it's a great edit. I love it, how the pacing of it. I love how it feels, how it looks, and all that. But I just feel like it's missing something. And so I know we talked a little bit Monday, kind of how my process is. Like, I'll get to a point, stop, sit on it, come back. I may even send some edits out, to people that I trust. I got a couple people that I, send and just kind of bounce ideas off of. and just get additional feedback. But what we're going to do with this is we're going to start to go ahead and build on this just to add a little bit more life to it and see just kind of how some of the, you know, adding some background effects, sound effects, and things like that. Couple whoosh pans and all that jazz, how that kind of makes the edit feel. So, and two, use YouTube, guys. Use YouTube to your advantage. Like, there's a lot of sounds and crap that I downloaded from YouTube. And let's see, some of this is great. Some of this, it's not gonna work.
On the track, broke my shit. Yep. More weeks. Yeah.
So we're gonna see if we can use a little bit of this, just the sound. So grabbing sound from video in Premiere is the exact same way as grabbing video from it. You select the part that you want, and then instead of grabbing here and dragging down, you just will grab here where it's dragging. It's going to pull the audio only, and then just drag that down onto your audio clip. So the way your timeline over here in Adobe works, below here is going to be all your sound. You can add as many sound effects and things like that that you will like. And then above, you're going to have all your video tracks. And so you can stack those and customize and do all the shit like there as well.
Oh, they playing out there? Oh, they playing out there?
So one thing, I want to get rid of this guy talking. We don't need that. I'll slide that back a little bit. Okay, so another thing that I've learned the way Adobe works, for whatever reason, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but from what I've noticed, it seems to me that when in Premiere, your top track, which is track one, as far as your audio section, tends to be a little bit louder than the rest. I don't know if that's because it's designed to be the main audio track point, um, but that's just something that I've noticed. And so, with that being said, then what we're gonna do, we're gonna switch these out. We're gonna put our track audio there, and then we're gonna put our sound effects below it. Okay, so it's still way too loud. We're gonna bring this down a good bit. So, oops, I'm moving too quick. So all I've done is right click. I've selected both of my tracks here, my clips. Right click, and we are going to go to audio gain. I'm going to set the gain to. I'm going to set this to -8 and see how this sounds. I'm probably going to have to adjust it, but. Okay, so we're getting there. So we're going to probably drop this. We're going to bring our audio up slightly here. We're going to bump that up too. And we're going to bring this down some more. We're going to bring this down. Go -10 on our audio. So now, and this is on me, to be 100% honest with you guys, had I really thought about, had I thought this through fully, I have my recorder, and I would have recorded just the ambient noise of the barbershop while I was there. Like I said, when I filmed all of this, all of these clips, all of these shots, everything was just kind of a focus on slow motion. I thought about audio, but it just was kind of like a fleeting thought. And so, there's something, again, it's another level of kind of skill and excellence, but it's also something else to think about. And so that's why, for one, I strongly recommend that anytime you have a shoot or anything like that, that you have some sort of notebook, you have some sort of plan in place, so that way you're not kind of flying in blind, so to speak. So you're able to do things like capture sound of the space. If you plan to utilize that, you can have your own. You don't have to go searching on YouTube for sound to use. All right, so next thing we're gonna add, so we have some decent ambient noise. I like this. So this part right here, we're gonna add a whoosh. Kind of has that effect, but we're just gonna slightly build on it. That's a strong. I like that. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm gonna go. Okay, so we have to. So don't like that. So too strong. So maybe do we go? So we can. So we can probably take a little bit of that. There, right here, we have to bring the volume down a lot though, because you want this really understated. So we're probably go -15. Again, just right click, audio gains, and set your gain to what you would like it to. So, all right. So what we're gonna do? Because we want it to be authentic. And so we need to. So, so we're gonna pop over to motion array, and we're gonna see what more whoosh sounds we can come up with. Preview. So see something I like. Just want to download a couple things here really quick. Preview. Okie dokie. So preview in the background. All right, so basically what we downloaded a few different additional sounds here that we're going to utilize. One of them, in a new window. Give me 1 second, I'll be able to tell you exactly what we downloaded. So we have a banknote counting machine. One of the sounds, a cash register, and then we have a whoosh. And so I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do with those in 1 second. Let's get these brought over. So all I'm doing is, again, uber organized, like everything to be in a specific place. I got to bring this over to my folders. I apologize if you guys aren't able to see this, but putting it in its proper folder. And then we're going to bring these sounds over. So, banknote counting machine, we're going to bring you in. Boom. So next thing, we're going to cash register. Let's go ahead and extract. Cash register. Boom. And then again, just as with, you know, the way I edit videos, I put some stuff in, you try it and see what works. If it works, great, use it. If it doesn't, okay, find something else. It's it's about utilizing, kind of what you got, so to speak, and just trying stuff out and not being afraid to make mistakes. I know I talked about that a lot, and I'll continue to wear you guys out with that, but you can't be fearful of making mistakes with this, otherwise you never learn. So let's see how this fits into here. Oh no. So I want that. So almost there. So we're gonna move it over a little bit. Getting there. Let's see. I'm kind of liking how having just that ambient noise of the clippers running in there. I like that. And so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add another whoosh sound right there. So actually, I'm gonna try something. It's a new feature that Adobe's recently released with this new update. It's called Scene Edit Detection. So I'm gonna apply a cut. Actually, you can play a clip marker too. And so basically what this is going to do, should automatically detect all of my cut points that I made in the original edit based on each scene. And so it should just help aligning up my audio, or audio the way that we want it. So Adobe is doing this thing. So sweet. I actually like this. Let's see how that actually does. It's a different clip, different clip, different clip. Yeah, it's doing. So now this is pretty dope. Now we can see every area that I made an edit. So now we can add these sounds in here and get them lined up where we want them. So we got to be mindful of how loud these are coming in too. It's a little too loud to me, so let's bring this down some. Wrong button. Audio gain. We're gonna go -5. Okay, so the other thing that you want to do is be mindful of how you're bringing in these sounds and clips. So you want to utilize fades, crossfades, and things like that to your advantage. So Adobe is really neat. It's super handy. So you can actually click on the end of your clips, right click, and apply default transitions. Your default transitions are whatever you choose to set them as. So for me, I have my default transition for sound. It goes to the constant power transition. So it'll, kind of fade the music in or out, however I, wherever I place the point at. So now we're cooking, we're cooking, we're cooking, we're cooking. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna drop this to -5. We don't need that to be. I'm gonna actually come down some more on that. We're gonna bring this down to probably -10. You want to just real understate it. Okay, so we've used whoosh 1. Let's go use whoosh 2. Let's see how you sound. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. That's okay. Let's see how this works. Kind of like that. So we're gonna go here, audio gain again. We're gonna go -10. Again, just really subtle. And I really like this clipper kind of running throughout this edit. It's pretty dope. I want to find. You're gonna have to mix this up some though, but. And so let's do this. Let's see if we can slow this down a little bit. Whoa, don't go there. So here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go with. Let's see how this banknote counting machine sounds. Okay, and save often, guys. Control S, Control S, Control S till you just get sick of it. Can't tell you how important that is, man. Like, I have been in situations where I did not save. Thankfully for autosave, didn't lose too much. But it's a hassle to go and try to find where the hell Adobe puts all of your autosave stuff, man. You'll waste a lot of time trying to find it. But save often, save as much as you can. So let's do this. I'm gonna come back to our audio gain. We're definitely gonna go -10 here. This clip is really loud. Let's see how this. Yeah, I think this is too strong. I think we're gonna go. We're gonna use that clip for something else, maybe. And we're gonna come back to this fire whoosh. I like this. Hmm. Okay, so what I want to do here, by the time we get here, I'm going to introduce that ping that we downloaded. A little ping. That'd be a nice little effect, nice little sound. Won't be quite as impactful, I will say, as the first clip we played, but it'll be dope. And so, Pikachu, I choose you. Sound. I'm gonna grab it. Please. Maybe. I don't know why it's not letting me. Why can't I put another clip right here? Like, is a channel there, right? Anyways. So, let's see. Audio gain -10. Audio gain -10. All right, so now we cooking. So now it's starting to feel like something. So real quick, let's play it. Let's play it from the beginning, just see how it feels. All right, so where we see this moment happen with, we're gonna add that money sound, that money counter right there. That's where that's gonna go. And a money counter machine there, I think it's just a real small clip. It's just this little piece here, but we gotta bring this volume down a lot. So we're gonna go negative. Ooh, I did 150 on that. So we're gonna go -15 is what we're gonna do, not 150. Yes, I like that. Fire. All right, so now we're gonna find a different shaver sound to use. It's the one we've been using. So let's see if we can switch it up and keep the same energy and feel. that. So we're gonna, if we do it, we need to extend this like this. And we're gonna definitely bring you down a lot. So let's come to a negative 15 again. So I want that to start about right there. I don't know if I like that sound, so we're going to continue to use the same one that we've been using. Ain't that one. Ain't that one. There it is. Okay, well, negative 15 again. Okay, so yep, we're gonna add the same effect right down here. Right when you see this transpire, bring it back some more. So we're gonna do also add a little whoosh. So I think what may be dope. So let's see. Basically, I don't know if this is gonna work how I'm anticipating. If it does, it'll be dope, but if not, oh well. So basically what we're gonna do is layer some of these sounds. They kind of give the feel, as we're switching from different barbers, they're using different clippers. I know a lot of the dudes in the shop here, they use the same clippers, but I just want to kind of switch up the sounds just ever so slightly to give a little bit different feel. See, I like that a lot because now it almost sounds like he's picking up a different set, even though it's the same sound. So right there, we said we're gonna add that whoosh. 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 I'll take that. That's cool. It's not necessarily what I was looking for, but it's smooth enough. Let's see. Get a negative 10. It's just ever so slight. And so if you pay attention, basically the parts where the clippers are visibly shown is when I'm wanting to further accentuate the clipper sound. Okay, so right here, when then I'll do Chris starts cutting with the scissors, we got a different sound for that. So we're gonna have some sears, like shears. It's gonna give that sound. Let's go ahead and save this. And like I said, because we're gonna be making additional cuts, or we're gonna make some tweaks to the actual edit, I want to show you, like as a last step, what we're gonna do in order to put that on our main um, edit, and then we have one master export. I'll show you how we do that. We'll do that we'll do that last. Looks like we're making some good progress. Like I said, we may not go all the way to 9, and we may. I don't know. I'll kind of see how I continue to go, but I am definitely overall happy with the flow of it going so far. Um, Looking at the intro though, and for me, honestly, this is, I feel, I will say, the weakest part of the edit, which is honestly, it's kind of a big no-no. And if you were to ask or talk to most editors, they say the first 30 seconds to 1 minute of the edit should be the most attention grabbing, is what I've heard, and I'm sure everyone has their own philosophy or perspective on this. But you want that to kind of be the most like attention grabbing, because especially in today's age, we live obviously in a microwave society. Everybody wants stuff like, an instant, right now, right now, right now. So if you don't grab someone's attention, whether through sound, whether through visuals, whatever, if you don't grab them within the first 30 seconds to a minute, it's going to be hard to keep them thereafter. And so I would say that right there is probably the biggest thing, or the biggest challenge it is to convey at times to potential or prospective clients, just because they don't always understand that. It's like, okay, I need to convey X amount of information, and it's gotta say this, and so you're constantly trying to find ways to condense. And so that's why it's so important to utilize every tool in your arsenal to tell the story, and sound is a great way for that. Ah, so right here, I see something that we need to figure out what we're gonna do here. So we have paper falling, not paper. We got money falling in our background, but there's no sound for that. Like we want to put something there. So let's see what we can find. Money falling. Hmm. So we're gonna do some good old YouTube, and we're gonna see if we can find some money falling to ground. Okay. Ooh, no, that's whack. So, okay, so let's do this. Let's try paper falling to ground. so let's see. So we gotta get creative sometimes. So what we're gonna use a sound effect to kind of get that same feel. This one is called book pages turning and flipping. So that's the name of this particular sound effect that we're gonna apply right here. And we're gonna see how it, what it makes us feel like once it's actually added into the edit, and see how it looks actually together. Sometimes, again, ideas work great in our head, sometimes they don't. But it's all trial and error. Let's try it out, see how it works. If it worked, great. If not, figure something else out. So book pages turning and flipping. Now we're gonna bring that right over into our sound effects bin that we've created here. And I like this one right here. And we're gonna bring that right under there like that. And we'll probably use more towards the end there, which is what I like more. And let's see how this feels. Love it. And so again, we need to add a little whoosh right here. Or let's see. We'll see what sounds we can find for speed. Hmm. All right, so I'm thinking we may do like some unnatural sound here, just because it's an unnatural movement. But the challenge is thinking what sound fits. Another thing what I'll do a lot, honestly, is oh no. Let's see, we don't want to do that. We want to mark right there. That's when we put that sound effect when we find it. But I will sometimes look at the visuals and play the audio behind. It's a little more of a challenge with, excuse me, such short clips though. But let's try it. Let's try to utilize what we've downloaded already. And let's find a longer whoosh. See if we can see how that one of these fire whooshes work. See if this may just be too much right here, but it might not. It might work. Kidoki, we're definitely gonna bring the audio down. I wanna go -10. It's probably gonna be too much. So it's not bad. I'm gonna bring it down some more though. I want it a little bit lower. So we'll probably go to -15 to be honest with you, because I want to really settle. So we're gonna add a quick whoosh here. We don't want the fire whoosh. We want a standard whoosh. Need a quick one though. Let's see if we add that there. Let's see if we got a deeper whoosh. Oh man. Whoa, mama. Love it. Going somewhere. So I got an idea what we can do here. So we probably can do, because it's a nice, it's got a lot going on in this particular scene. That might be a good point to add another little ping, but more of a specific ping this time, like a ping.
Preview. 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 Preview.
So
Preview. 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 Preview.
want more of a ping, something like that.
Preview. 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 Preview.
Not really feeling these, so let's see if we can use what we got and make something happen. What should go here? What should go here? What should go here? What should go here? I actually like this a lot, so I'm just gonna take this sound, just that, and take that. Okay, so that's a little too low. We went -15. We should go -10. Excuse me. Looking at my watch, and it's about that time. Da 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 da. All right, so we're getting somewhere, y'all. So we're gonna add a little whoosh right there. Right behind me. When my guy slides out of the frame, we have him. Actually, I kind of like the idea of a tear to go here. Now this is duct tape rip-off sound is the name of this particular one, and I actually like that. Weird sounds, I know, but it works. Bring that joint over. Wish you guys could see this. I keep saying that, but hey, I'm gonna extract it. I'm gonna put this in the zip folder as duct tape, and now we're gonna bring that duct tape sound into our library. All right, so we got that in place. So now we're gonna drop this down about -5. It's not too loud. So now we need to find the shears. What one was that? Okay, so what we have here, this is again, those are just a YouTube video that I grabbed, and we're only taking the audio from this particular video. Just if this gentleman here using those shears, we want that sound when my guy Chris is chopping. All right, so let's bring that there. Let's see if we can get this to line up better. 'Cause that's another thing. That's something if you really want to not just do something just to be doing it, you want to really like be effective with it. Learn how to match up your sound with what's going on in your clips. And by that I mean this is respectively when something's going down. So I would want to line this up to match better, so it looks like he's actually using those shears. And this sounds a little too quick. You can tell he's going when that's not obviously happening in our clip here. So we're gonna get rid of what we don't need. This clip is too long. We want to actually boost the audio on this one. We're gonna set this into just regular. We're gonna bump it up 5. And I actually like that. And we're gonna add a whoosh there to transition Chris from cutting to throwing us the peace sign. and then we're gonna bring some clipper sound right there. So we're gonna mark. Oh no. Got our marker there. You see the marker, and that's selected by pressing M on your keyboard. And we'll go with the fire whoosh. Like that. And let's see, we're going to bring that down to -10. And then right there, we need to bring in some trimmers. And we're gonna go -5 on our trimmers here. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually I'm gonna continue this clip here, but we're gonna make this a good bit lower as it kind of fades everything out. First things first, we're gonna click on the end where we see the red bar there. Click apply default transitions. Let Adobe do its thing with the constant power crossfade. And then we're going to add audio gain. We want to go -10 this time. Now we're going to switch back to the sound we've been using. It's been running throughout. Do the same thing. We're gonna fade it all out like normal. The other thing we're gonna do, we're gonna fade. So when you click on a clip or anything like that and it selects the audio and the video, let's say that you only want to work with the audio, super simple, or you only want to work with the video even, you simply actually, we're not going to mess with the audio on that. But all you would do, I'm going to show you anyways how to do this. If you want to select, like let's say I want to make some adjustments with the video on this, but I don't want the audio to be affected. Simply click on the clip that you're working with that you want to adjust. Right click, click unlink. Now, when you select only one item, either the video or the audio selected. So to relink these is super simple. You just select both of the clips, right click again, and link. And now it's back like it was. All right, so what we're gonna do again, we'll watch this baby from the beginning. So one thing I do see here, I love the switch on the trimmers to the clipper sound. I want to bring in one other sound now. It needs to something. It's got to switch. Can't be the same sound. That's gonna drive me nuts. So now we'll go through 3 different clippers here. See how it works. See how it sounds. See how it feels. Digging. So there's a couple spots like that we got to put something here. Don't like blank audio. It's boring. And actually, what am I doing? What we're gonna do is copy this. So show another neat trick. You want to copy a clip that you already have on your timeline. It's got all the adjustments, parameters, all that stuff that you already want to just bring over to somewhere else. Super simple. You're gonna click on the clip that you want to use or copy, press and hold your Alt key, and drag that baby where you want it to go. And just like that, it duplicated that clip. No need for additional button pressing or right clicking and all that jazz. It brought it over. The same parameters that this clip has been brought over to this one as well, which is dope. Makes life that much easier. So what we need to do is get rid of this. We need to make it start closer. And I'll slow this down a smidge. So I want to bring now we're getting closer to a product that I'm happy with. And so right there, we're gonna add another whoosh. Whoosh that baby right on in there. You know what I mean? Not that one. We're gonna go with 4. I think I like the whoosh from 4. What was it? No. Let's go 3. No. Let's go 2. Oh, we're in a regular whoosh. I need a fire whoosh. Where the fire whoosh at? Clip 4. We'll actually go with 5 for the end. No, let's go. All right, so now we are cooking. Just gotta remember where I said I wanted to add that. I'm gonna put it about right here. I'll bring it down just a little bit. We'll go -5. And control save. Let's see. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna go with a trimmer sound. This is a really short one. So we're gonna do audio game. I'll take that down maybe to 10. I want it kind of understated. Actually, nope. I'm gonna put you to -5. Let's see. So I didn't notice this is what's going on here. So we're gonna see about using the shave. Like, I tell you what, some of these guys doing this whole ASMR stuff on these barber things is pretty wild too. Like they go in. Like my man is painting his microphone right now. But you know what? Do you, man? All right, so yeah, I thought it did that. This is something that you definitely gotta watch for. It's just getting to be quite annoying. Like, why is it not allowing me to? Didn't have enough space down there, so it wasn't allowing me to add another track. So all I just did is just extend this up so I can extend here. But now I gotta get that. Get you out of here. So now we're gonna probably have to increase your audio. Bump it up 5. Let's see how this works. I can dig it. All right, so let's watch it again. See, I gotta watch this stuff, man. Like, you gotta watch it back over and over. Okay, so now we're gonna make some adjustments, like some couple sounds that I think are just a little bit too much. Like right here, that's a little too much to me. Let's, dang, it's negative 15 or negative 20 on the thing. Nope, it's not. It's too much. Okay, let's see. Some couple other spots I thought was like a little loud. Let's check a look and take a listen. Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot, a lot, a lot. Sorry, let's check this out. What we're gonna do is grab everything we just added. And we're gonna go take it away. I'm gonna listen back with no audio, just the music. I'm gonna see the difference. Definitely not bad. But let's take a look once more with all of the work we just added. All right. So when I watched personally, when I watched the one with the sound effects added, it seems more authentic. It seems more realistic. It seems more, just a tad bit more engaging to me because it's like, oh wow, I'm listening, I'm like wondering what's going on. And this is a good idea. I'm gonna try something else too. I'm gonna play with just the sound effects and just see how this looks. Yeah, I think it's definitely dope when you can watch your video back with just the sound effects, and the sound effects, they put you in that mode. They feel like they fit. You can probably almost close your eyes and kind of imagine somewhat of what's going on. Um, that's when you know you're kind of on the right thing playing. So it's about 8:40 now. We're kind of at the end of it. So last thing we'll kind of do, I'll show you guys a couple more things here real quick. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do to bring all of this work and bring it over into the actual clip that we're going to be exporting from, so we can make any final adjustments that we want to make in our master edit. So before we do anything, save, okay? Save, Alt or Control S, save your project, save your work. I can't tell you this enough. Next thing though, all we're gonna do is just copy all of the sounds and everything that we just added. Be sure that you copy everything. Same little trick that I told you guys about earlier. Next thing, once it's all highlighted, press and hold Alt. Got that? I want to bring that out right over here. This is our project from yesterday or from Monday. And just like that. So now I can play from here and it has everything. This is my main audio here. And we have all these sound effects that we've layered down here. I have all my graphics and everything up there. So this is the actual master edit right here. I'm not going to play anything from here just because, as you guys know, Monday was playing a little because we had a lot going on. You got some After Effects stuff there. It's just going to want to open up and run once we jump into that particular edit and all that. So basically, literally all I'm going to do is just add a tiny bit more polish onto that final edit, because personally, I'm not the biggest fan of my intro with the kind of makeshift logo I made. I don't really know too much how I feel about that. I don't know if I want to have it run across the whole time there. Probably thinking it'll probably cut about here somewhere. And then it just shows the barbers kind of doing their thing with the ambient noise in the background. And then boom, starts getting into it. I don't know. That's one of those things I want to ask, kind of see what people think. But also I'm gonna fade the music out better and make that end not like that. It's just too abrupt. So I want to have that kind of, I'm gonna fade that out towards the end there. But honestly, other than that, I don't think there's really much else that I'm gonna do to this edit. I think this edit is it's pretty good, man. I'm definitely I'm pleased with it. It's probably one of my better edits. Definitely the best one that I've done for the barbershop. Um, it's come out pretty freaking dope, I must say. So, with all of that being said, I'm gonna pop back over into my stream here and see what's going down with everyone. I don't know if anyone's tuned in or anything like that, but if you are, let's talk, man. What do you guys think about the edit? Um, what are your thoughts watching it? Like, how do you feel, about it? What do you think we could do more? What are some adjustments that can be made? Like, what are we thinking? I think one thing for sure is that just a little bit more polish is needed. So I know too. Also use this as a time, an opportunity to go ahead and make a little quick announcement. So Tom and I were kind of talking about just how we're doing. The streams are going to continue to give you guys dope content every week, but we are going to switch it up. Just kind of how we're doing it. Instead of us both streaming twice a week, we're going to each stream once a week. So you'll be able to catch my stream one day, Tom's stream the next. We're working out the days and the details. And then we'll also have some additional content and things like that that you guys will get. We just want to make sure that we, are giving you guys dope content, but not killing ourselves and kind of doing too much. And we also need that leeway, honestly, to be able to continue doing, things for the biz, and we have some projects and things like that that we're working on that we need to be able to give attention to. And it's a little bit of a difficult challenge, when you're trying to stream and do all that at the same time. But it's been real. It's been real. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I'm happy with the edit. Um, I don't know. Let's take a look. I want to take a look again and see if there is one thing that I would say I would probably do different with this, aside from an intro. I think I would probably do a better job of creating an intro. I would have thought about that a little bit more. Thought about how I wanted to introduce it. Initially, my idea was like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna get a time lapse of all the barbers and bring it in like that. But looking at it, I feel personally that's kind of the weakest point of this particular edit is the intro. That little, kind of lapse of time there that everything is sort of building. So yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, and again, this was for one, like I know I've talked extensively about why it's important to create a story and how you should have a story for every edit that you do and da 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 da. And I did not do that with this. Had the concept, had the overall theme of what I wanted to do, but I did not have a storyline created. The thing is with promotional type edits, when it's not really one particular thing or one particular area that you're I guess you're focused on, it can be a little bit of a challenge to create, a storyline, so to speak. So that's when you have to get creative. And there's still something that you can do better at. I personally I can do better at in creating some of these, but also at the same time, like I don't want to limit myself, feeling and becoming so dependent on having some sort of script and things like that that I limit my creativity. Sometimes I like to just jump out and try new things. But one thing that I will share with you guys that I've learned, and it's become for me a cardinal rule. You do not practice on paid clients. You practice on yourself, you practice on your free work, you practice on any of that. But don't go and try new things that you have not tested out fully, new techniques, new settings on your camera, new gear even that you haven't tested. Don't don't do it on a paid shoot. Um, or an important shoot, I would say. You could do it on a paid shoot, that's your own judgment. If it's not something at your full price, you may be doing something at a discounted rate in order to test something out. I do that quite often. But I would say don't do any testing on a like an actual legit client, someone that's paying full price and expecting your best quality work. You want to be able to show up and provide that. And it is incredibly hard to do so if you're trying new things or if you haven't fully tested out your method, you know, and you jump in and you're charging, a client. That can be a little distasteful, for the client, especially, if the editing and everything doesn't turn out how they anticipated. You know what I mean? So it's just some little nuggets that, I'm sharing with you guys just based on my experiences personally, um, that'll help enhance you all's videography and enhance the experience that you're able to provide for your particular clients. And so, with all of that being said, guys, that's really about all that I have for the night. Um, I super appreciate you all tuning in and going through this journey with us and being a part of our lives. And I hope you guys are learning something. I hope that you guys are benefiting in some way. And it's not just us talking in front of cameras. But you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I appreciate you again. Thank you dearly. Thank you kindly. Um, but without any further ado, I'm out. This has been real. You guys catch us next week for some new content. Um, Stay tuned, man. Keep a check on the Spare Time Footage YouTube page, Spare Time Footage Instagram page, Tom Angeletti YouTube Instagram page, and Just Gene 87 um, Spare Time page as well. Let me bring up where I have all my info. So my face is going to go away. So peace. And here's my, oh no, wrong button. Extras. Here we go. So here's all the info where you guys can go. So this is my YouTube page. You got my YouTube page here. You got my Instagram page here as well. I'm gonna have to add the one for Spare Time. So if you go to YouTube and you're looking for Spare Time Footage, it's literally that easy. We're the first one that comes to the top. When you go to YouTube, go to your search bar, type in Spare Time Footage. We come up right away. Right there, you'll be able to see all of our info, all of our videos. We have a lot of docu series and things like that that we have on there. A lot of docu content, um, and we have all of our past client work, and we're going to be continuing to add new things on there. We have a lot of really dope new content coming your way. A lot of dope things that we're working on. So we want you guys to be fully aware and up to date on all of that. And the only way that you guys can do so is by staying current with all of our social media. So please follow us, stay tuned, let us know, give us feedback how we can make this better, how we can make this more engaging for you guys. We would love to hear your thoughts. And again, we super appreciate you tuning in. Real quick, I'm going to type on here just where to go. So viewers can follow us on Spare Time Footage on all social media platforms except Twitter. I don't do Twitter. Okay. But it's been real, guys. It's been fun. And it's been real fun. But as I've thrown up my peace sign like 5 times, I'm gonna let this kind of marinate for a little quick second so any last minute peepers can check out where to go to find out more content, more info about what we're doing. But again, like I said, I super appreciate you guys and cannot thank you guys enough. Um, so yeah, if you guys got any questions or anything like that for us, feel free to reach out. And you guys enjoy the rest of your